Good afternoon. Welcome back once more to the USC 2023 arena here at twitch.tv/USA_states_cup_2. We are rolling onward through Sunday of the round of 32, moving into what may be a slightly more competitive matchup than several of those that we have seen prior to now. It is Pennsylvania versus Illinois in a 10 seed versus 23 seed matchup of two teams that are just trying their best, man. I feel like this is that middle range of the tournament where pretty much nobody is contesting for the win, but they're definitely fighting hard for like the top 8, top 12 sort of ranking. But, you know, Pennsylvania on the up and up, and Illinois on kind of the opposite trajectory, unfortunately. Pennsylvania captain Pris, aka Armani Dilbo, Bunny Like Money, Danini, Sunwraith, Astrovia, and Lulzep, the true Mr. Worldwide of USC. Lulzep now on his third state after playing for Iowa and actually Illinois, of course, previously. Meanwhile, Illinois, Kazakhstan top 1, Shiviel, Crook, Peter, Buidonme, and Archangel. I don't know, it's spelled Archangel, but it's like, I want to pronounce it Archangel. I don't know if that's actually right. Kazakhstan top 1, of course, the artist formerly known as Jeff Flex. We've seen him around before. But, you know, Illinois, the glory days of Wowie and so on, kind of in the rearview mirror firmly. Pennsylvania, though, pretty solid team this year. Armani Dilbo, solid player. Bunny Like Bunny, solid player. Balzep, solid player. You got some good stuff going on that side. But as we get going, we've got rolls. We've got, what do we got? Pennsylvania banning second. Piggy first banning second. No, Piggy second banning second, excuse me. Illinois is gonna ban first, pick first. But we gotta get some more ups first. I've never heard of this. Electromagnetic Stealth Girl, born in Philadelphia. Is this a this is not a legit song. This does not sound like a legit song. Whoa, it's that one guy from the round table. Yes, sir. Before I commentated the round table, I commentated community tournaments, and guess what? This is a community tournament. Holy moly. This is mine. Alright, this song is quite loud. Maybe we will begin soon, though. Waiting for the last players. Get readied up. And hopefully we'll get started. All right, so here we go. Warm up number 1. Hopefully this isn't very long. No skip Sunday is in effect. Oh, Lord. Alright. Here's my Chrome window. How long is this shit, man? Oh, it's only 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Okay, that's not too bad. That's not too bad. I just, like, don't have a lot to talk about. With this many people that I don't know, it's an unfortunate state of affairs. I already went over the teams and stuff. But, you know, so far in this tournament, right, we've had, how many matches? We have had 8 matches, and 6 of them have been sweeps. One of the 2 remaining matches did go to tiebreaker, of course. Oregon over Ohio in the tiebreaker last night. And Arizona taking 2 points against Colorado in their loss, though. Colorado winning that one 5-2 in the end. Everything else has been a sweep. I do think this is one of the matches that will not be a sweep. I would not anticipate this being a sweep, but I think we're going to see some more of them. I went over this kind of at length in the last match. An interesting, you know, sort of side effect. Like, I feel that the absolute top-end skill cap has maybe dropped a little bit for some of the top teams, not quite at the level they were at in the past. But the skill floor of the lowest teams has also become a little bit lower, so they're having a little more trouble putting together decent scores with the fewer available players, you know, for these lower-seeded teams that are just trying to get, you know, 4 members, maybe 6 if they're lucky, and put together a team. I think we only have 2 teams that are fewer than 6. Oh, with circle streams. Oh, goodness. That's brutal. Like circle cut streams. Who does that, dude? That's mean. This map is actually kind of cool in a way, in like a you pick it for funnies sort of way. Bunny Like Money is a beast though. What the hell? Ah, dang, finally broke. That was a pretty cool combo on a very, very hard map. I suspect that's the outline of the state of Pennsylvania. Any takers on that? All right, over to Illinois for their warm-up. Oh, I get it. It's Chicago. It's Chicago's in Illinois. Ha, I get it. I get it. 4 big guys would be better. I'm a little scared about what 4 big guys may be. I kind of don't want to know, but I kind of want to know at the same time. It's really it's an internal battle that I'm fighting right now on that one. All right. Well, here we go. Chicago by Bentham. Warm-up number 2. This map is actually kind of a banger, not gonna lie. Excuse me. And no, I don't know what 4 big guys is because I'm not a degenerate. This is the full version, isn't it? Yeah. Yama Darkness with 3 S's. The artist formerly known as A Blue. Super Hidden One vibes. Actually, there was a Chicago Hidden One custom map in, like, was it Corsair's closed at some point, maybe? Yeah, I don't know. How's it going, guys? Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. It's been a fun weekend. First time I've gotten an adequate amount of sleep since sometime before Roundtable for various reasons, mostly involving work and prepping for this tournament and jet lag. Hope you were all rooting for Brian Harmon winning the Open Championship today over in Royal Liverpool in Hoylake. And for Jonas Vingegaard in the Tour de France, closing out that victory today to go back-to-back. What else is going on in the sports world? Tigers finally won after dropping the last 2 games in somewhat embarrassing fashion to the San Diego Dads. Yeah, I don't know, we're in that time of the year where there's not as much going on in sports, so I don't have as much to talk about there as I normally would. It's like baseball and not a lot else. Oh, you know, Carlos Alcaraz last weekend, the classic Wimbledon final victory over Novak Djokovic. How many standard T1G-isms can I get in here? Who's gonna win the Super Bowl? I mean, it's really hard to bet against the Chiefs at this point, right? Like, obviously defending champions, and I don't know that they're going to be any worse than they were last year. I'd love to see the Bengals get one with Joe Burrow. I'd love to see the Bills kind of take that next step. Obviously, in a perfect world, the Lions would win the Super Bowl this year. But I think we're still a season or 2 away from that being any sort of feasible reality, even with the team on the upwards trajectory that they've been on over the last year. I could see the Eagles being really scary again this year. Same for the 49ers. I feel like it was kind of a rich get richer offseason. Like, I feel like a lot of the teams that were already good are just going to be as good or better now. And some of the weaker teams didn't really do a lot to necessarily address the shortcomings that they may have had in the past season. Prime Djokovic or Alcaraz now? I mean, Prime Djokovic beats current Alcaraz, and it's not close. Like 2015 Djokovic beats Alcaraz, like doesn't drop a set in best of fives. He's just not at the level now that he was then, especially not in like the Wimbledon final. Just didn't quite have it, and Alcaraz was. I mean, it's probably the best we've seen Alcaraz play. I still take Prime Djokovic without question, but I was very impressed by what Alcaraz showed in the Wimbledon final. DT3 banned out by Illinois, Nomad 5 banned out by Pennsylvania to get into the match proper here. Kirk Cousins clears your favorite QB. All right, so I mean, I'm a Michigan State fan. I've been a Michigan State fan my whole life, so you know, obviously big supporter of Kirk Cousins, but I still can't agree with that take. I think he's an all-time bag getter. Like, nobody has done such a good job of securing so many bags without winning anything meaningful in their career. So shout-outs to him for that. But, you know, his ability to win big games is obviously not there. I mean, they had the most fortunate season ever last year and still lost in the first round of the playoffs. What more do you need to say about that? I can do this with pretty much any sport, by the way, so, you know, whenever anything gets boring, just keep this coming. I love talking about sports. Anyway, sorry, we're going to get into the actual match here. It's going to be Nomad 3 first pick for Illinois, Lunatic Rough Party. Alcaraz keeps up his pace of improvement in his mid-20s. He'll be a new GOAT. I think it's a little too soon to say that, but he is the first player... okay, I can't do cricket, sorry. He is the first player since the... Big Three, Big Four, and the couple of associated players in that group, like Wawrinka or Delpo. He's the first player to give me vibes that is somebody who could really win like a bunch of majors. Like, he can actually stack up majors. I don't think he's going to win 20 plus because I think that's like nearly impossible. But if anybody was ever going to get close to the standard that Federer, Nadal, Djokovic set, Alcaraz certainly looks like the first one to have like the complete game, all the tools. You know, in baseball, you call him a 5 tools guy. He's that equivalent in tennis. He really does have all the shots and all the aspects of his game that you'd want. Anyway, UN First Galza Sunwraith in for map number 1 here for Pennsylvania. Illinois with Peter, Buidon-May, and Kazakhstan top 1. I guess I should just get used to calling him Jefflex because Kazakhstan top 1 is quite the mouthful. But in we go for the first of probably multiple tech picks I would expect to see, just because there's a lot of tech maps in this pool. And it's an early break from Buidon-May, which is not what you want to see for Illinois in your own first pick. Pennsylvania going to take the early lead, but Lalzep the next break, followed by Buidon and Kazakhstan top 1 Jefflex. I got to figure that one out. So it's down to just Peter now, the FC for Illinois. We're only a couple hundred combo in, but Gunfritz breaks as well, so it's Sunwraith versus Peter, and Sunwraith breaks as well as Gunfritz. So Peter now flying that flag for Team Illinois as they look to take an early lead here. Third of the way through, it's going to be about 100,000 points in their favor, but Buidon-May falls. As long as Peter holds, it's not going to be the end of the world. Illinois going to be in a pretty good spot, I think. But Lalzep recovering, and UMPRS and Sunwraith likewise, so Illinois does have to keep the combo alive. However, the lead is there, and the map is theirs for the taking as long as Peter holds. There goes Buidon-May, though. A big break on that stream. Not looking the greatest on this pick. Again, Illinois finding themselves very fortunate at this juncture that they have Peter still on the lone FC in the lobby, really making this possible to keep the lead for them. We're going to get through the speed up. We're going to get into the last quarter of the map. Bit of a diff spike to come. And there goes Kazakhstan top 1. Jefflex falling gives the opening to Pennsylvania. Now Peter can FC all he wants, but if they don't have any combo, it's not going to matter. Wow, that was... All right, those were Bancho misses. They're all Bancho misses. There goes Peter. The FC breaks. We don't make Kazakhstan top 1. Sunwraith breaking as well. UNPRS and Lalzep now with the combo to bring this one home for Pennsylvania. Into the last seconds, my computer is lagging all over the place, but it looks like Pennsylvania's got the combo intact. And they're going to bring this one into the ending. It's going to end up being a victory for Team Pennsylvania. And that was an unfortunate way to go for Illinois. Peter, Jefflex, and Buidon-May really all struggling at the end. Pennsylvania taking full advantage, and that is 1-0 break point for them. And the next pick to come to try to consolidate. That was pretty wild. All-time NBA starting 5. Well, you gotta have probably MJ at the 1, or at the 2, Magic at the 1, LeBron at the 3, Timmy at the 4, maybe Shaq at the 5? It feels weird, like, leaving Wilt Chamberlain off and Bill Russell off, but I think that maybe is it right there. I'm pretty content with that list, just off the top of my head without putting much thought into it. I think MJ, Magic, LeBron, Duncan, Shaq is like, I don't know what you do against that roster. Anyway, in we're going to go. It's going to be Hidden 1 as the first pick for Pennsylvania. Like I said, we're probably going to be seeing more tech picks, and we're getting straight into one here. This is a little bit streamier. Obviously has the hidden modification applied, but still has that sort of, you know, tech rhythmically challenging and slider challenge element to it. We've seen some really good scores on this map. We've seen some not so great scores on this map. So looking forward to how the players perform this go-around. I don't know if anybody's SS'd this, but I know we've seen at least one 1x100 and 2x100 as well, I think, over the course of the last couple days. So in we get. It's you know, kind of tech light streams, right? Light tech streams? Light tech streams? Yeah, let's go with that. That sounds good in my head. Lawzep struggling, Sunwraith struggling as well. Might be seeing back-to-back break points to start this match off if Pennsylvania can't recover and if Illinois continues to hold. There goes Jefflex, so the first to break for Illinois is going to be their captain. Peter and Chiviel, though, still holding comfortably enough. 99.75, 98.36. Not the worst accuracy in the world by any stretch of the imagination. Juenpris, the holding FC member of Pennsylvania, but they need another break out of Illinois, and they need Sunwraith and Lawzep to do very well. There goes Peter. It's still Chiviel, but that's Juenpris now matching Chiviel, exceeding his accuracy. Sunwraith and Lawzep better combo than Peter and Jefflex, so the lead will eventually make its way back over to Pennsylvania at the current rate. Jefflex falling again, and now all of a sudden this looks a lot better for Pennsylvania, especially with this slower section, but Juenpris breaks on air, and now it is Chiviel with the lone FC in the lobby. Is that enough to bring this back and hold on against the combined efforts of Sunwraith and Lawzep, though I don't think it is going to be, especially after Peter and Kazakh's top 1 both miss badly. Those are chain misses that you cannot afford when your opponents are all holding on to combos. Sunwraith, Lawzep doing what they need to do. It doesn't matter what Chiviel does at this point, as he breaks anyway, but his team collapsed around him when he needed them most, and that means that Pennsylvania should be able to bring this one home. Lawzep, Sunwraith keeping it together when they needed to in the back third of the map, and unfortunately Peter and Jefflex just not able to do the same for Illinois. Lawzep breaks near the end, but it is long since decided at this point. It is going to be Pennsylvania by 500k, consolidating their break point for a 2-0 lead in a map that it looked like Illinois had every opportunity at stealing away. Unfortunately, they just could not hold on to what they needed to at the ending, and Pennsylvania ends up winning it pretty comfortably. But if you look at the scoreline, it was certainly close for about 2/3 of the map, but it was not at all close for the remaining 1/3. I'm NGL. I feel like Shaq was kind of wasted potential. I mean, the dude won 4 rings, 3 finals MVPs, 15-time All-Star, 8-time All-NBA first team. Like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he could have more rings, but like, I still had a pretty damn impressive career. Yeah, the cursed Shaquille O'Neal is like seeing him wearing a Boston Celtics jersey or something. I mean, obviously he's best known for like the early years of the Magic, the dominant years of the Lakers, and you know the championship with the Heat as well. But he played for the Suns, Cavs, and Celtics in the last 4 years of his career as well, which is kind of crazy. Oh, he is in USC. He's playing for Team Texas, so you'll get to see him later on. Actually, he'll be they're the next match after this one. There will be an hour break after this, but he'll be the next match up. It's at 23 UTC, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific this evening. If we could, this is my dream, actually, to just sit around talking about sports and Osu. Like, actually, this is peak. Oh, man. Anybody who knows me actually would know that this is like my absolute, like, just the joy of my life. Just I could just talk about sports. You know, it's like that tweet where it's, you know, guys just love to talk about, you know, we'll sit around just naming random athletes. Dudes I'll just post the tweet in chat. I know I normally don't interact with Twitch chat, but like, Alaska did already play. They were in the play-in match, so it's a single match to get in as the 32nd seed into the bracket, and unfortunately they were swept by Connecticut, so they played and were eliminated back on Friday night. But you can find their match on, if you hit ~VOD, I think I have the command there. Yo, I made the most convoluted tennis metaphor during Roundtable, and I was realizing like halfway through it, I was like, this is gonna make no sense to anyone, but I don't care. Metaphor. Methamphetamine metaphor. What NBA team would have the strongest all-time team? I mean, it's probably got to be like the Celtics or the Lakers, right? I don't know. I mean, just as the two most like winningest franchises in league history, it's probably got to be one of those two. Anyway, we're gonna go into free mod 1, so we're gonna get Lag Train. We've got Hard Rock on Bunny Like Money, hidden on a Lulzep, Nomad on UN Pris. On the other side, Hard Rock on Jefflex, hidden on Chiviel, and Nomad on Peter. Minimal mods here, I think that's a pretty good choice because this is a like, unless you're a super pref mod hidden player, I think Hard Rock is fairly tough on this. Like, Hard Rock slider aim always feels tricky to me. So I definitely respect the minimal mod decision making here. But Illinois second pick, you know, they went a Nomad Tech first pick, didn't work out for them, but they're gonna stay with something, you know, a little more gimmicky. They're straight line sliders and, you know, kind of spaced bursts. Obviously not a tech map as such, but, you know, how do you define tech anyway? Like, this is mainly slider focused. Does that count as tech? Not really, but you can find some similarities, or at least in the same, you know, zip code. Early breaks from UN Pris and from Jefflex. We advantage Pennsylvania with mod players still holding versus a mod player breaking for Illinois. But that score gap is not going to be very noticeable at this juncture early on in the map. Oh, Bunny got so close to getting slow slidered there. It's crazy how many people have gotten slow slidered on that exact slider. It's a triple miss for Illinois. It's a full reset right into the key eye. Not what you want entering the first chorus of the song. Not even into the really hard part of it yet either. So that's a little bit of free score lead for Pennsylvania to pick up as they continue to hold their double FC on Bunny and Lulzep. At Chillier Pair, people are getting slow slidered by the slider that you got slow slidered on in practice in their matches. Do not worry, friend. You're in good company. Another break from Peter, following another break from Jefflex. Chiviel recovering as best he can, but oh, big break from Bunny there. Not what you want to see for Pennsylvania, but fortunately for them, already a 260k score lead. Lulzep still holding the FC. I think that's a very good addition to their roster if they needed the help on these types of maps, and he's just been a solid player in general, especially in early and mid rounds. Good addition to their state. He is a nomad in USC. Plays wherever. I think he could play for Ohio as well at some point because he has spent some time living there also. I don't know if he will be living there again, but... Ooh, it's a break on the little triple, so it's now just UN Pris with the combo for Pennsylvania. Is this comebackable for Illinois? They have combo on Chiviel, Jefflex, and Peter alike. They are trying to bring back 300k. Bunny is roughly matching Peter. And obviously, Empress has the Spirit combo to either Shiviel or Jefflex, but there is a free combo player, and there they go as Peter and Shiviel both break. That's going to do that. That's going to do him in. 300k is going to become 400k. There goes Empress. There's no combo on the side of Pennsylvania, but fortunately enough for their sake, Jefflex the only combo of any note on Illinois at about 500. And we're going to come into the last chorus of the song. We're going to have about a quarter of the map left to go. And I don't really know that there's much hope at this point for Illinois unless Pennsylvania completely collapses. The ending is the most difficult part of the map, but I just don't know that it will matter. Oh, not again. Now the train's gone and left. All right, into the hardest part of the map we come. It's the last key eye. The spacing gets more difficult. The sliders get longer and faster. And it's going to be a break from Shiviel. And there go Jefflex and Peter. Goodbye, Illinois. It's going to be another break point. Pennsylvania's going to take a 3-0 lead. Let's see what kind of scores they can come up with at the ending, though, as they play their way through the most difficult part of the entire map. This ending is brutal, man. This is so crazy to see in an early round like this. I feel like this is very hard for round of 32, but maybe I'm just not that good at Osu, and they all are, which is definitely true. Oh my god, that bunny snapped. Did anybody see that snap from that slider at the top to the slider at the bottom? That was so crispy. All right, well done for Pennsylvania. 400k win. Another break point for them. It's 3-0 the lead. They're picked next to try to get it to match point 4-0. All right, let's check in on chat. What we got talking about? All right. No more sports mess. No more sports conversation has been had. I didn't miss anything. Both happy and sad. Yeah, Pennsylvania looking pretty good here. I mean, like, Illinois is not playing badly, but those are some pretty good scores by Pennsylvania when they needed them. Big combos coming at the right times. Will Bunny Like Money join OWC this year? I unfortunately doubt it. Very good, but you have to be really good to make USA OWC, even in what will potentially be looking like a bit of a down year for them. Dude, how banger is this, though? This song goes so crazy. Hey Sardas or whatever. I don't know how you pronounce this mapper's name, but he has such sick song taste. One of the good USA players retiring. I mean, obviously Utami situation, he will almost certainly not be allowed to play on the team, even though he's not officially like tournament restricted or quit or anything like that. Much like he wasn't allowed to play in NAT and he didn't get picked for SoCal's USC team. I'm fancy retiring as well, but I mean, you've still got Taquito, you've still got Rectagon, you've still got Decaton, you've still got Monko, you've still got Sawada, you've still got a lot, yeah. Still got a lot of the core players from last year. You're losing 2. And then, I don't know, there's up-and-comers, like, left, right, and center, it feels. You know, like, who knows what Window Life might be capable of a few months from now, right? Who knows if XArc gets motivated to try to get on OWC again, because she's historically, you know, been a very good player and been able to make those rosters. There's so much talent out there for the USA as a whole. Even if a couple of the top players are gone, there's still plenty of talent out there. Karyu and OWC. I mean, Karyu couldn't even make USC. I love the dude. He's hilarious, but I don't know that he's quite there yet. Although, shout out to Karyu, one of the funniest guys I've like ever spent time around at Roundtable. That man was absolutely hilarious non-stop. Early breaks here from Bunny Like Money, Crook, and Danini. It is Uenpris with the FC remaining for Pennsylvania. Buidon May and Shiviel holding for Illinois, but with some questionable accuracy. 96-98 on Bunny and Uenpris. Meanwhile, 93-94 for Illinois. So that AC is going to keep their score a little lower than it might be otherwise, but the combo will outdo it eventually and give Illinois a chance to take the lead over. They've got to hold for quite some time here. It's taking until just now, and there goes Crook again, so that's going to damage their chances, but I mean, as long as Chiviel and Guidon may continue to FC, all it takes is like one break from Pennsylvania, and there it is, money missing. 27K lead for Pennsylvania, but that's going to go away quickly here. It's a double FC, Chiviel and Guidon May. UMPress the matching FC. Danini with the combo, but the accuracy low on him and as well. And there's the break from Danini, and maybe, just maybe, we're going to see the first point going up for Illinois here on map number 4. It'd be a break point, which is a little surprising to me. But it's the performance that Illinois needed. They've still got a third of the map to go, though, and that act does not exactly instill confidence. But there goes UNPress. There's now nothing to speak of on the side of Pennsylvania, and it's 120K lead for Illinois. Ladies and gentlemen, will we be seeing a point going the way of Illinois? I think we just might. Guidon May and Chiviel are doing exactly what they need to do here with the double FC, even with the lower accuracy. It doesn't matter if you're comboing when your opponents aren't. This hit sounded really weirdly, by the way. What the heck? Maybe it's just like the client or the skin I'm using. At least it sounds jank. Anyway, Illinois gonna get on the board. It's gonna be a fairly convincing victory too. This is gonna be 400 or 500K once we're done. It might be a double FC at that for Guidon May and Chiviel. Well done for Illinois. The way the match had been going for the first 2 picks, I didn't really anticipate them getting on the board with a T pick, but not much else, a break point. But here we are. Good job to Illinois. I think this is now the first match that I've casted where it hasn't been a sweep, non-sweep. Well done, Illinois. Let's see if they can keep that momentum up on their way. Certainly options available for them still in this pool. Great match in the ref sheet. What match is this? Somebody tell me what match this is. B4. There we go. So it's going to be free mod 3. And they're going to go back-to-back with the mechanics-y sort of maps here. After winning a mechanics-favored DT with a lot of tapping and some aim, they're going to go into a tapping free mod. And, after winning DT2, I like this pick a lot. I think this makes a lot of sense. You seem to be maybe slightly more consistent on tapping mechanics despite the team you're facing. I mean, Bunny is going to FC this, but who knows what happens for the rest of them. I mean, you got to grasp what opportunities you can in situations like this. I think this is a good adaptation. This is very straightforward. I mean, we've seen some pretty crazy, like, streamy free mods in this tournament. Like last year, it was wild what we saw in those slots. This one is, early round, so not anything too crazy. Maybe the 1/3s can catch people out. Alright, I think we should be good to go. So we've got Bunny, Lalzep, and UNPress against Peter, Chiviel, and Guidon May. See if Illinois can get a couple points in a row here and put a little fear into Pennsylvania. But, if you're Pennsylvania, obviously, thinking you're more than capable of putting up another break point on a map such as this. Over mods for Illinois. Hard Rock hidden and a hidden Hard Rock as well. Bunny, Hard Rock only, UNPress hidden only, Lalzep no mod. So this is kind of the very two opposing schools of thought for picks like this, where it definitely feels a lot safer to do what Pennsylvania is doing, but the risk reward is really high for Illinois if they can get some good plays on these over mods. That's a lot of score. UNPress gets Bancho missed. There's an early break from Guidon May right into this first kind of verse section. And, the risk of hidden Hard Rock rearing its ugly head. as Peter and Chivio continue to hold on to the FC, but Guidon made breaks a couple of times. Now, obviously, the hidden hard rock can help buff his score up a little bit even with those breaks, but if you're not FCing, it doesn't matter if your opponents are triple FCing. And at the halfway break, it is just shy of a 200k lead for Pennsylvania, solely due to Guidon May breaking, honestly. I mean, he's about 200k behind. Pretty solid accuracy for Pennsylvania, but realistically, Peter and Chivio are on good act, and Guidon May is not too far behind. He's pretty close, especially with the actual mod multiplier. UNPress the next to break. Now this gets interesting. This gets interesting very fast because Guidon May is back on a 430 combo, and that lead is only 100k and dropping rapidly. Illinois wins this if they hold into the ending. They have to keep up the double FC, and Guidon May can't break again. But Illinois brings this back if those conditions are met. Oh, but there goes Peter, and that might just put the kibosh on their hopes to come back, especially after Guidon May breaks again as well. It was there for the taking. They just had to reach out and grab it, but unfortunately, Illinois falls short, and Pennsylvania takes another break point on the back of a double full combo. Bunny like money on Hard Rock, Lulzep on No Mod, and UNPress with the 680k one miss. Very unfortunate what just happened, because Illinois had every chance to make that one theirs, but Pennsylvania ends up taking it in the end, and that is 4-1, which means they have their own next pick to try to close out the match here. If Guidon May was on No Mod, I think Illinois wins that. Because I think he FCs this No Mod. From the looks of his play, I think he would have FC'd No Mod. Either that or even Peter could have been No Mod, and they would have maybe not won. No, they wouldn't have been able to win. So it would have had to have been like Guidon May FCing No Mod. But unfortunately, just not meant to be. I suppose if you're anticipating a triple FC from the other team, it makes sense to want to overmod. You're expecting like a 6-way, but I don't know. I don't feel like you should. I don't know. That's a tough one. Like the strategy of it goes, you could make an argument either direction, you know. And we're going to get Hard Rock 1 from Pennsylvania as their attempt to close the match out right here and now. Grain of Sand first. Banger. One of the shorter maps in the pool, just a minute 59. Low BPM, slight precision focus. 5.98 the circle size for this guy after Hard Rock is applied. You know, we haven't seen Hard Rock. We didn't get Chirality in this match. I've seen 2 free mods though. Nothing really comparable to this map, however. So, gonna be a new thing to us. Gonna be new everything. So let us see what happens. The GLHF's coming out, so I think we're about ready. Bunny Lulzep Sunwraith trying to close things out against Peter Chiviel and Jefflex. It's going to be Hard Rock across the board on this CS 5.98 Hard Rock 1. A lot of pressure here, obviously, on Illinois. Backs up against the wall, trying to avoid being knocked down into the loser's bracket just like this. Pennsylvania playing with house money with a double breakpoint advantage. They've got several opportunities to close this out. If something goes awry here, will not be the end of the world for them. And there's the first break coming from Lulzep, so lead to Illinois. Accuracy in their favor. Actually, about even, actually. I take that back. Illinois looking comfy in the early goings. However, the map gets harder. those kind of expanding spacing streams definitely catch you out. Kick sliders likewise, you never know. But there's another break from Pennsylvania. It's going to be Sunray. They're down to just 1 FC on Bunny Like Money against a triple FC from Illinois, excuse me. This is going surprisingly, if anything. Third of the way to go, 200K. It would take a full reset for Illinois. It's a double break. There goes Jeff Lex and Shiviel. Okay. Door status open as Peter breaks as well, a full reset. Tragedy has befallen the state of Illinois in this USC. 100K lead still intact for them, but Pennsylvania bringing it back fast with 3 players with decently sized combo. And over it goes. Man, that is painful to watch. The triple reset into multiple 100K loss. After being ahead with a 3-way FC against no FCs for the first half of the map, or 1 FC I think it was, excuse me. Not how you want to go out if you're Illinois, but unfortunately it is the reality in which they now live. And they will fall by the score of 5-1. Pennsylvania is going to advance onward into the round of 16. They will await the winner of Texas versus Louisiana after a very solid win here. Illinois had a couple opportunities, just couldn't snag them. Very consistent scores on that, all of them within 30K of each other. Excuse me, 20K of each other. But Pennsylvania just the better max scores. Better pretty much everywhere. Able to clutch out the wins when they needed them. That is going to do it. Another match done. Another stream block done. Pennsylvania advancing onward. Following the victory by Florida over Kentucky, our 2 matches in this particular block are thusly completed. Well done to the winners. Congratulations to them. Commiserations to the losers, who we'll see next week in the losers round 1 of this tournament. And for now, though, we're going to have about an hour break. We have no match at 22 UTC today. It's dinner time. Or probably many. And you'll be rejoined at 23 UTC, 7 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Pacific. It's going to be Dio on the stream comm duties, taking over. I think he's maybe going to be by himself for a couple matches. Texas versus Louisiana at 7 p.m. Eastern. Missouri versus Georgia at 8 p.m. Eastern. I might be back for that one. We'll see. I've got to go eat dinner. And then the block is going to continue onward. We've got 2 matches at that 8 p.m. Eastern time with New Jersey versus Arkansas. I'll be up on the B stream. 1 and 2 UTC will be following NorCal, Indiana, Massachusetts, Michigan. And then the late night match, Washington versus Oklahoma, 5 UTC. Oklahoma doing some late night gaming. That's going to get us through our Sunday night here in the round of 32. So plenty more action to come this evening with, goodness me, what is that? 6 more matches on the way. Everybody wants to play Sunday evenings, I suppose. Hopefully you'll join us for those. Make sure you follow the stream and in the Discord so you know when the stream goes live, you know when all the things happen. But for now, thank you for being here. I've been this one guy, and we will see you on the other side of this hour-long break. 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, 11 p.m. UTC will be the next match. We'll see you guys then. Peace out.